It is the apex cooperative body in the Tamil Nadu. We are having our brand name called Avil. We are into the business of collecting milk from the rural societies and processing and selling to the consumers. GCMPF Limited is having more than 4.18 lakh milk producers, and we have more than 10,000 milk cooperative societies, and 27 unions, and we have many 23 dairy plants. We have over 21,000 employees all put together. And from consumer end, we are having around 10,000 sales point and high-tech parlors. It is like a three-tier system. So the recent subject in today's presentation is what is the challenge we faced in rural milk collection and quality assurance, and what intervention we made. And we thought this is one of the viable project for presenting for the SKOCH award. So the main challenge is, though we have more than 10,000 societies, the milk collection, testing, and quality assurance was a challenge, because the existing system was the conventional methodology like LR reading and using Gerbers and typical organoleptic methods. So this also was not available in many rural milk producers cooperative societies. So these are all the felt challenge by the producers as well as the employees employed at the society level. In the result, producers are not getting their remunerative prices at that time, and lot of man days are getting wasted, and quality also compromised. So this was the main challenge we faced in the field level. So to overcome this, we approached through the technology like the FTIR based the milk collection equipment. This will facilitate testing at rural areas, and it will give accurate value and also spot acknowledgement to the producers. So it is also linked with cloud-based monitoring, and the immediate SMS also will be sent to the producer about the qualitative parameters and the value of the milk poured by the producer. So this technology was introduced, and the equipment was installed in the societies, and they started using this without any hassle. So wherever there is a challenge of connectivity, and we also approached the service providers, and they also came forward to support, and the connectivity was ensured in those areas for the server linkage. So this technology intervention was immediately welcomed by the staff as well as the producers. Though initially there was some resistance in adopting this technology, because they used to get the common price, same price regardless of the quality parameters. Subsequently, we assured and we demonstrated, and based on that, now it is the system has been implemented and it is working well in societies. And it made the consumers also happy because we are getting more MBR and more quality raw material, and finished product also we are getting at good quality finished product. And apart from this, we are for the product also we are implementing the MAP packing technology, modified atmospheric packaging technology, to ensure long shelf life and also to keep the freshness intact. So these are some of the cutting edge technology we have implemented and we have demonstrated. Now we are seeing the results. So this intervention resulted in reducing the manpower. The wastage was arrested, and accurate results we are getting, and the cost of chemicals and milk testing overheads have been drastically reduced, and the shelf life of the product was ensured, and sales also improved. So the outcomes, we ensured the loss was minimized, and the producers were getting the right price at the right time, and also the value addition was palpable from either side, producer side and consumer side. So this the various products, all these products, since the initial quality of the ingredients, that is raw material, was ensured, all the products we are seeing the difference in the quality and consumers' acceptance. And the feedback also we are getting regularly from the consumers and also from the producer side. And we are having 24/7 consumer addressor cell. Also, this cell is addressing to the gaps or needs of the producers. So the TCMPF, because why we are pitching for this award is, this award will definitely help in value addition to the producers, because whatever penny we are earning, and this is given back to the producers. And similarly, whatever pricing we are fixing, that is also very reasonable and economical to cater to the needs and requirements of the consumers. So if the TCMPF is selected and given an award, and this definitely will encourage the rural milk producers and employees to go for new technologies adaptation, and also it adds value to the rural milk producers. So that is why we are the TCMPF has applied for this award, and we are looking forward to take this to next level, to improve more such technology adaptation, and also to make this technology inclusive technology, to ensure all the society without any leftover, all the societies, this award will lead them or lure them to adopt this in the days to come. As I said, if we win, it is the producers win and consumers win. And with this few slides, I rest my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Very good innovation for inducting modern technology. Can you just tell if all the milk collected is tested, or just some sample is tested?
All 100%, all the milk samples are being tested.
And if some sample is found to be substandard, what is the treatment?
Actually, we used to get each society at least 10 to 20% milk will be having some adulterant complaints and substandard complaints. And since it is a common test or lactometer general organoleptic method, so they tend to take it lightly. Then it won't be visible. So once this testing equipment is showing them and giving them the printout, and they know, so this milk is having only this much of parameters, so they are also started improving. And is also in the back end, they also started feeding their cattle with the proper ingredients, proper feed, thereby to ensure quality and also to improve their quality of the milk. So this field level we are witnessing, and we got a good evidence.
So this scientific testing will also ultimately lead to better quality of milk collection.
Better quality of milk, better returns to the producer. Because so far he was getting around 29 to 30 rupees. At least 10 paise to 50 paise per liter he is getting more through this. Also for poor quality he will be getting 10 paise less. That was also ensured, because to encourage them to come for the good management practices.
Sure. Okay, sir. Very good innovation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
But then this is being done for all the cooperatives. Anyway, Amul and all that, they do have their practices. This is an age-old practice. So what is new in what you are doing? What you are doing is good, but what is new?
Because these people and these societies were conventionally using traditional methods. So to bring them to the to the fold itself is a challenge. And also to there, so far the tester as well as the producer all are happy with the existing system, and consumer also is kind of happy because there is no alternative. They will be using the liquid milk and whatever is available. They thought this is the standard. So now we have demonstrated through this, and now they are using this method, using this technology, and it is helping. It is helping tool to all the stakeholders.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I will just start with a word that before this transiting to Union Territory, we had no this record of what works projects we are implementing in the field. We have no record of that. One more thing was we are not knowing whether those works were implemented with proper tendering, administrative approval, technical sanctions. Then after after we are now UT, we thought of a project that how we can bring it on a single platform so that we can have a record of what works are being implemented for seeing that the resources are properly utilized and the taxpayers' money is properly utilized. So starting in the year 2020, we started a project, an initiative, what we called at that time as empowerment, enabling monitoring and public overview of works. It is simply that we are putting it in this platform in the public domain so that public can see how their resources are utilized and what works activities are being implemented in their areas. This carries the information of all the capital works, every work, and anybody can see it. And you can see it at the village level. We have a village segregation of the village level. In every village, our panchayat, at panchayat level, anybody can see what works and what initiatives are being taken in their areas. And at that time, when we started in 2020, we had no URL at that time. And in the late 20s and early 21, we then changed its name as Jan Bhagidari. This was coined by our Honorable Lieutenant Governor Shri Manoj Sinha sir. So the main thing is that we want to bring it before the public that what works, because the public was not knowing how the resources are being spent, what work is being implemented in their area. This carries the information of each and every work what is implemented in the Jammu and Kashmir. And I will tell you from here that this is the first initiative in the whole country that every work is put in the domain. It is not only that we are having the number of works there, we have the details of the work. We have connected it with another these IT enabled platforms. JK, we have introduced that in J&K, we have every penny is paid through digital mode. We are not involving any cash. We have connected in the JK place. Bill is loaded uploaded online. And when it is presented before Treasury, the Treasury sees whether administrative approval is there, technical sanction is there, whether the photograph, there is geotagged photograph through another app, which is connected with this system. That is called photographic reporting of on-site facility. So simply, this is Janta Ki scheme, Janta Ki Bhagidari campaign. So this is the e-governance initiative just to inculcate the transparency and accountability in the system. We can just coin it in a simple words that starting in 2018, when we were as a state, we used to complete 9,000 works at that time. Resources were the same. There is no change in the resource. And in 1920, we completed 12,637 works. In 2021, we completed 21,930 works. And in 21-22, we completed almost 51,000 works. within the same resource. And one more is when we inculcated this in the system, this discipline in the system, we are now saving almost 20% the estimated cost of each work by this rigorous e-tendering system. Because no payment is made in the UT of J&K now, so long as all these processes are followed: tendering, administrative approval, technical sanction, physical verification of the works, and only then the payments is made. So, and one more thing, the beauty of this project is we have connected these programs with this MG Narega, Swachh Bharat Mission, and PM Awas Yojana. This is connected link with in this portal. Somebody can go and somebody can also surf and see those works also. Every citizen can see what the works are being done in their areas. The focus is that the development initiatives reach every corner of Jammu and Kashmir, and everybody there should be equitable this distribution of resources. And you will be glad to know that before the UT we had not implemented the 73rd and 74th amendment. We implemented after UT. Now the PRIs, ULBs are getting the equitable grants and development. You can see the development in every and each corner of the J&K. Our focus was let the development go there, but the utilization of resources should be transparent and there should be accountability in the system. This is the main focus why we made this project, this IT enabled system. Actually, we renamed it as Janabhagidari with this view that people can connect with this, people can see the works in their areas, so that if you can, this time, this is easily available in the Google. We call it now janbhagidari.jk.go.in. If you can see this time, we have already loaded 72,000 workers in the system, 72,000. And one more beauty of this system is we can also see the level of expenditure of each work. What is the level of expenditure? And also, we have also segregated into UT part, because bigger projects, maybe 1 crore, 10 crore more projects, we call them as UT. This is a bigger project. Then we go to the small projects, we call it district part. And that district part, then we involved PRIs, ULBs, we call that area development grant. We have made a segregation of that. What workers are there in the district capex? How much workers are in the UT capex? How much workers are there in this PRI grant? That can be also seen from this IT enabled system. And we can also see what is the level of expenditure. And one more, which I already explained, one more beauty of this thing is that it is totally paperless. Whenever we release the budget, there is a budget register. If I release the budget from the administrative level, from the administrative department, it goes to the HOD, then it goes down to the DDO who has to make the expenditure. And there's a timeline. Budget register gets, if it gets stuck somewhere, somebody is holding the funds, we can see also that. We can take action accordingly. Then one more beauty is that we don't release the payment till the photograph is uploaded on the system. And what is the system of photograph? Pre, during, and post. What was there when he started the work? During the course of this currency of the execution of work, what has happened there, and what is before us, after that, and then we make the payment. This is the system what we have developed, and it's all before you. You can simply Google it, janbhagidari.jk.go.in, and everything gets there. And this is what I have put you before this. I must compliment my, he was a financial commissioner at that time. He is now Chief Secretary of the State, Shri A.K. Arun Kumar Mehta Sahab, our Honorable LG Sahab, who have all been on our back to develop this system. And if you can, the jury is there, they can see it themselves. This is one of the system in the whole country where we have the details of each and every work, what is happening in the J&K. And I assure you that J&K is developing at a fast speed after we we are now the UT, we transacted as a UT. We are developing, resources are properly utilized. There is transparency in each and every sphere of this works being implemented. Or if you go to the social security benefit schemes, we have 100% saturated. Everything is online, end-to-end digitized. So recently we have a digital week here, a celebrated digital week. Government of J&K is almost 100% now digitized in every this service or the benefit. Thank you, Jury.
Sir, excellent presentation for making it transparent and online. Everybody can see it. All the stakeholders can see it. But is there a provision that the Janta, for which it is called Jan Bhagidari, can also comment the modifications required or other expectations into the system? Then only it will become truly Jan Bhagidari.
Absolutely, sir. You have raised a valid point. We have kept there a feedback. The feedback is there. There is a proper feedback system. Whenever we receive a feedback from down the line from the public, the city, because the citizens portal, so we can amend it accordingly. So far we have received almost it has reached to the 4 lakh people have already served it. And whenever we received a feedback through this modem, or they can deliver this in our office also, we act accordingly.
Okay. I think after some time, and this is perfectly established, it should be replicated in other states also. This is
not in. I have already told it is not yet in other states, but other states, even Tamil Nadu has contacted us, Rajasthan have contacted. We are also in coordination with them. We are giving our suggestion to them. They can also take it, and even the Union Finance Ministry has applauded this IT enabled system. So we are working in close coordination with other, and we can definitely.
Sure, sir. Excellent work. Thank you.
Yeah, excellent performance. You have almost doubled your number of works during the last 2 years.
This is what. Yes. This is
yes,
what
I think that's a great achievement.
Yes.
And I think that's a great achievement. You know, doubling in 2 years, it's very commendable. Excellent.
And that too within the same resources. There has not been more than 9,000 or 10,000 crore expenditure in the capital side. And
so basically your work culture has changed.
It has changed, but we have record of each and work, because previously we don't have a record. We don't know whether there was tendering. Even there might be some workers on nomination basis. So that system has gone now.
Yeah, very good performance.
At the Directorate of Technical Education, Government of Maharashtra, in Higher and Technical Education Department. This directorate is functioning across state of Maharashtra to provide a technical education to cater their all policies and needs. So we are, as a IT cell of that particular directorate, are responsible to take an admissions to this post SSC after 10th diploma program and post HSC, that is after 12th diploma program. So for that case, I am here to present my project. So the outline is in quickly. We have vision, objective, silent features, and an admission process. What is the uniqueness of my project, challenges that we faced, outcome that we got, the compare earlier scenario and now what is the outcome, and then the excellence that we achieve and whether we can scale it, and a roadmap. Now, in short, quickly, Directorate Technical Education, as I said, is working under the Ministry of Higher and Technical Education, Maharashtra State, and it was basically policy making body for rules, guidelines, and strategy formation as per the central and state government norms. And it also has around 1,600 technical education institutions across the state. So also it is enhance the quality of education is our motto. And in that, we are actually trying to accommodate economically backward minority and women students to accommodate into the technical education. And also, as far as industry linkage is concerned, at present we are having MOUs with Infosys and NASSCOM and much more. And internships and training programs we generally conduct, and being controlled from Directorate of Technical Education. So to become a world-class, globally competitive, flexible learning higher education institute and responsive to the individual, institutional, and social development. These are our vision, and these are 4 mission. I'll quickly go to next slide. Then this project, I'll talk about the project. That is a portal which is for post-HSC diploma admission and post-HSC diploma admissions. It is objective was to provide an online application form for admission for all the polytechnic, pharmacy, HMCT, etc. institutions across the state with e-scrutiny facility. I am actually focusing on the e-scrutiny facility, and where we have online application, payment of fees, merit list display, information about institutions, filling of option preferences, acceptance of allotted seat, and reporting to the institute. These are brief, activities that we provide in online application. Now, also it will give us a statistical data for further analysis and decision making. And also through that, we have one module called as merit list verification, where we achieve e-governance through web-based online application. And various statistical report, as I said, will be generated. Now it is a complete online submission, 100%. And choice of both e-scrutiny mode or in-person physical mode is applicable. We have 3 aspects of that: is a pre-admission process, the admission process, and a post-admission process. During pre-admission process, our system will capture the data from various external sources and internal entities. External, where we have All India Council for Technical Education, then board, then CBSE, then other agencies. So host-to-host integration will be done to capture their data, and from that we have some database which is to be used for further admission. And internal means our all institutions, they are actually filling their all data. During admission process, we have 12 different modules. And for post-admission, e-governance based online merit verification. So this is what is being done in short in this particular project. So in short, this is a flow. We have 12 modules, and quickly these modules: registration, from application verification to grievances, then merit list, display, then seat matrix and allotment, and then seat distribution, acceptance, and institute reporting. So this is how we go. The basic, it is a blended model, which I like to stress here, a uniqueness of my project, wherein we allow the student to go for an e-scrutiny. And why we have gone for this e-scrutiny is because during pandemic, it was very difficult for everybody to physically go to the institute and get its document scrutinized and enroll for the admission. Now, during that process, we have a very less time. We also not coming to the offices. So what to do in that case during such situation? We have come up with a solution that is called e-scrutiny, and I'll show you the impact of that e-scrutiny. This is in general the registration, e-scrutiny mode, and a physical scrutiny mode that is also being kept there for some persons, those who are not in a position to do that. The value-added features are there. Is a communication-based system between the student and the authority, real-time reports and dashboards, and candidate awareness and system walkthrough. These are the basic value-added features added. And we have all the devices that can be linked, like mobile, computer, tablet, or if in case they don't have anything, they can visit our polytechnic or institutions, engineering colleges, and facilitation centers. The uniqueness of this project is the candidate can select, because just imagine that time we were in a soup wherein try to find out a technology which will suit for the document to be uploaded. At At the same time, they should use the mobile phone, laptop, PC, whatever device they have, the limited connectivity. They also have to actually upload the document, and then scrutiny officer has to scrutinize the document and prepare the report. So these are all unique features. Challenges, as I said, administrative challenge. As a government, we have to ensure the genuineness of the document, ensure the correct identity of the candidate, ensure the correctness of scrutiny done by the scrutiny officer, and validity of the document. At the same time, challenge was to provide contactless solution for document submission during COVID-19 pandemic, and also proper technology for this. And within a less time, we are supposed to do this. That was our challenge that time. The outcome is during COVID-19, it was difficult. So introduction of this will make it easy for students and parents. Also to avoid a crowd, introducing reporting and confirmation in online mode. Approximately there are 15 lakh SSC students and 10 lakh HSC students. They offer all types of admission. But this facility wherein we go only for diploma admission, we have covered 3 lakh students out of all this population. And complete admission process is squeezed with respect to time, because after pandemic, means lockdown, it was asked us to squeeze the process so that the classes can be start as early as possible. And this is 2021, 2020, 2021, 21, 22, and this current year 22, 23. You can see for different admission, the response to each scrutiny by the students. Now, this is how we have squeezed our total application in 10 days cycle, and then for another round, another some 6 to 7 days. And coverage is 3 lakhs. The beneficiary is 3 lakhs. So you can see the figure that I have shown just symbolically how many students that we have accommodated, and we have generated a merit list, then option form we allowed, the allotment we did, then seat acceptance and reporting, then another round, then in a day allotment. During that time it was, and simultaneously this was done for direct second year admissions and also for pharmacy, that is post HSC admission. I'm actually showing it only for diploma admissions. The e-governance that we achieve is a document validation, online scrutiny, then online allotment, then online reporting, online payment of fees, merit list verification. There are 6 stages into that, online certificate issued to the institute, and total transparency in all this process. Now, pre-deployment and post-deployment, here we have need to fill the application form. Earlier it was manual, now it is online. Visit facilitation center was must, now it is not necessary. Scrutiny officer, they will actually look at the physical document, now it is not necessary. Difficult, it was very difficult process, like time consuming in terms of that, I mean complex process. Now it's easy and quick tracking. It will take time to generate the statistical information, as we have more than 400 facilitation center across the state. So to get a data and to show it to the higher authority, how many students they have reported, they are pending and all. And contact to the student was a very time consuming. Now it is real time mode. Anybody can contact to the students. Then facilitation center, they have some pre-deployment, they need to keep track of the record, physical form and all. Now it is being removed. Institution, they have to take the original document physically to the regional offices to get it verified. It is not needed. Now they can online, they can actually verify their document and they will get a certificate. So security audit is done for all this process. Multi-factor authentication is there. Validation of every data is carried out. All admission rules and stages are coded and tested. They can be challenged anytime in the court of law. All reports are approved and process is documented. Multi-level cryptographic coding is used. User-level login hierarchy is maintained, and data flow is designed and implemented with standard and approved admission rules. And it is scaled, can be scaled to 1 million records. As far as the technology is concerned, at present the concurrent hits are up to 100 instances, and it is being replicated for undergraduate and postgraduate admissions for the institutions. Application with some customization may be used for MIS. We can generate the MIS. The future, we can accommodate smart mobile operating system like Android or iOS enabled modules. At present, it is mobile based but not enabled. Automated document verification using AI techniques. Then internet-based bots can be used. Flexible report generation, future requirement, and making more and more user-friendly considering the future requirement. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. This is what is our project, and this is what we did during our pandemic. Thank you, sir.
Umesh, can we think of using DigiLocker for e-verification of documents?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is what is my future goal. We are actually talking to the authorities of DigiLocker, and so that students should not rush towards the getting their documents and signing it and then attesting it. So we'll directly get it from the DigiLocker system. Thank you, sir. This is really good idea.
Thank you, please.
This is basically this is a routine activity of admissions.
Yes, sir. Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yeah. So what is your innovation?
Innovation is there, madam. Within during pandemic, actually earlier what we used to do, we used to have that online, but it was pseudo online. Some part is online, some part was offline. Now what happened? The challenge was to make everything online. So as a government entity, we need to finalize some rules, change some rules, get it approved and get it documented, and then write a program within a very short period of time. That was a challenge in front of us. So I was talking about year 2021. That time we did this. Now what happened? Generally we started evolving. Now for mobile, how to scan the document, how to adjust that, to provide an edit facility on the smartphone, because a student from rural area may not have a smartphone. How he will do that? There were so many questions, and how to address this student, that was a challenge in front of us. So in those days, what we did, the nearest polytechnic, we asked the teachers to provide this mobile phone facility or a tablet to the student. Those who are interested, we'll ask them to fill a basic data like mobile number and email ID and your name and district or taluka where you are located. Now we help them by going physically or calling them how to do that along with his neighbor's phone or something like that.
Well, you do have facilitation centers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Service centers where people can go and access. Is it a part of that? Can you, like the e-kiosk, but the CSCs, common service centers, are you also providing facility to the e-service centers like CSCs to upload the document by the students?
Yes, yes, ma'am. They do have all the setup ready, and from directorate we provide them all this setup and will train them. Training of the e-scrutiny officer is also there. Training of all this.
I'm not talking of students and officers. I'm talking of the common service centers.
Yeah, ma'am.
We have in all panchayats, of Maharashtra, or rather in the country.
Sure.
Common service centers are available. Are you using interfacing with them?
Yes, ma'am. We are using common interface. It's like we create their logins in our interface, and we check their allocate that facilitation center based on the kind of facility which they have, and based on that facility, and we also fund in some terms like these are the scanners that we need, these are the computer that you should have, and this kind of number of persons you should have. Then only we'll allocate that particular facilitation center authority to do register the student and upload.
Oh, you mean to say the CSCs can register a student also?
Yes. That is an e-governance. That is a very major decision that we took that time.
Rather than the college, I mean, even if it is not the polytechnic or the college where they are seeking admission, you are giving the power to the common service centers.
No, not common. Only couple of them to whom we have checked physically, and they have given us an undertaking. Only couple of them are allowed, but for polytechnic and engineering college and private institutions, that is very important. The private polytechnic, private engineering colleges, they were involved. We have a lot of polytechnic located at taluka and villages, so they have come up with that, and we give them an authority to upload the document and enroll the student.
So have you noticed any fraud in the system so far?
Replication, ma'am?
Have you noticed any fraud?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we keep on noticing the frauds, but there are checks and counter checks because merit list approval system is there, wherein our government officers, they will scrutinize once the admission is being taken. They will again scrutinize all these original documents. But
Okay.
for that also we have e-governance system.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
सुनीता पांडे, ज्वाइंट कमिश्नर फ्रॉम स्टेट टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ उत्तराखंड। मेरे साथ में मेरे कलीग्स मिस्टर श्याम सुंदर तिरुआ और नीलम ध्यानी भी जुड़े हुए हैं इस प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए। तो सबसे पहले तो मैं एक यहाँ पे ये रिक्वेस्ट या डिस्क्लेमर डालना चाहूंगी कि जो ये वैट एरियर मॉड्यूल है हमारा, इसको हमने फाइनेंस कैटेगरी में एनरोल किया है, इरिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ कोई डिजिटली इसमें आईटी के पर्सपेक्टिव से कोई बहुत बड़ा इनोवेशन नहीं था, लेकिन ये एज पर द फाइनेंस एंड एज पर आवर डिपार्टमेंट इट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट मॉड्यूल, दैट्स व्हाई वी एनरोल्ड इट इन द फाइनेंस कैटेगरी। तो बैक करना, प्रेजेंटेशन स्टार्ट करने के लिए हम बहुत चाणक्य जो एक अर्थशास्त्री हुए हैं, उन्होंने अपने जो अर्थशास्त्र का वो बुक लिखी थी, उसमें उन्होंने उनका बहुत फेमस कोट है, कोशा मूलो दंड, मीन्स देयर बाय कि रेवेन्यू इज द बैकबोन ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। जैसे कि हम सभी जानते हैं कि किसी भी स्टेट के लिए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में वेलफेयर स्टेट की हम लोगों ने एक संकल्पना की है, और किसी भी स्टेट को उसके वेलफेयर एक्टिविटीज को चलाने के लिए रेवेन्यू बहुत जरूरी होता है। तो जो रेवेन्यू है उसके जनरेशन के लिए नॉर्मली स्टेट्स क्या करते हैं कि वो टैक्स इम्पोज करते हैं, वो डायरेक्ट टैक्स या इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स रेवेन्यू और नॉन टैक्स रेवेन्यू के रूप में अपने लिए कुछ रेवेन्यूज जनरेट करते हैं। परंतु कई बार ऐसा होता है कि जो टैक्स इम्पोज किया है गवर्नमेंट ने, वो जितना आना चाहिए डिपार्टमेंट को या गवर्नमेंट की ट्रेजरी में या गवर्नमेंट को रेवेन्यू के फॉर्म में, वो नहीं मिल पाता है, इसलिए उसको एरियर के रूप में वो कहा जाता है। तो जो हम लोग स्टेट टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट, जीएसटी लगने से पहले हम लोग वैट में काम कर रहे थे, दैट इज वैल्यू एडेड टैक्स। तो जो हमारी लीगेसी वाला एरियर बचा हुआ है, उसको हमें कैसे अपनी गवर्नमेंट की ट्रेजरी में लाना है, इसके लिए हम लोग ने ये वाला मॉड्यूल बनाया था, वैट एरियर मॉड्यूल, जिससे हम प्रॉपर मॉनिटरिंग करके हम उसकी सारी लीकेज को कवर कर सकें, और यहाँ पे इसको अपना सारा जो ड्यू टैक्स है गवर्नमेंट के रेवेन्यू में वो डिपॉजिट हो सके। तो वो इम्पोर्टेंट हमारे लिए क्यों था? वो इसलिए था कि जब भी किसी गवर्नमेंट के पास जितना रेवेन्यू होगा, उसी के कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग वो अपनी वेलफेयर एक्टिविटीज को परफॉर्म कर सकती है। अगर हम बात उत्तराखंड स्टेट की करते हैं तो जो इंटेंस मॉनिटर, इसके अलावा क्या जो भी टैक्स डिफॉल्टर होते हैं, वो अगर एरियर उन्होंने टैक्स ड्यू बना और कुछ जमा ना करके वो कहीं उनकी भागने की प्रवृत्ति होती है, तो उसकी वजह से जो डिफॉल्टर है, अगर हम इंटेंस मॉनिटरिंग कर रहे हैं तो वो डिफॉल्टर्स के ऊपर एक डिटरेंट इफेक्ट भी होता है। दूसरी बात ये कि जब वैट रेजिम एंड होने के बाद जीएसटी लग गया है, तो जीएसटी का जो स्ट्रक्चर है वो ओरिजिन बेस की बजाय मैन्युफैक्चरिंग या कंजम्पशन बेस्ड टैक्स होने के कारण हमारा टैक्स जो है वो भले हमारे टैक्स स्टेट में डिपॉजिट हो रहा है, परंतु वो हमारी स्टेट क्योंकि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग स्टेट है, वो कहीं और जाके ट्रेवल कर जा रहा है। तो इस कारण से हमारे स्टेट में बहुत ज्यादा रेवेन्यू लॉस हुआ है, अप्रोक्सीमेट 30% डाउन हम चले गए हैं जो हम अर्न कर रहे थे वैट रेजिम में। तो इसलिए बाय हुक्स एंड क्रुक कैसे भी करके हमें जो भी तरीके हैं, उससे हमें जितना ड्यू टैक्स बनता है वो हमको लेना है। इस कारण से हमने ये मॉनिटरिंग मॉड्यूल बनाया है। और कंपनसेशन जो गवर्नमेंट, जब भी जीएसटी लग रहा था तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने एक एग्री किया था इस बात पर कि 5 साल तक जो भी स्टेट्स को लॉस होगा उसको वो कंपनसेट करेंगे। जुलाई 22 ये टाइम है जो कि 5 साल पूरा हो गया, और अब ये हमारा जो कंपनसेशन है ये मिलना बंद हो जाएगा। तो इसलिए हमें जितने भी सोर्सेज हैं रेवेन्यू के जनरेशन के या उसके जो भी हमारे पास बचा रह गया है, उसको हमें कलेक्ट करना आवश्यक है। तो यहाँ पे जो हमारा मॉड्यूल है उसमें क्या पहले प्रोसीजर थी और किस तरह से इसको हम आगे लेके चले हैं, इसके लिए मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी जो हमारे श्याम सुंदर तिरुवा मेरे कलीग हैं और नोडल ऑफिसर हैं आईटी देखते हैं, उनको मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि वो आगे इसको फर्दर लेके प्रेजेंटेशन को जाएंगे।
थैंक यू मैम। गुड मॉर्निंग। जैसा मैम ने बताया, अभी आप लोगों ने न्यूज़पेपर में पढ़ा होगा कि जीएसटी कलेक्शन 1,49,000 करोड़ हिट हुआ है, जो कि अभी तक जीएसटी लगने के बाद से मैक्सिमम है या सेकेंड टाइम पे है। उसके बाद भी कुछ स्टेट्स ऐसे हैं, तो एक जनरल थॉट ये है कि जीएसटी से बहुत ज्यादा सभी स्टेट्स को फायदा है, लेकिन कुछ ऐसे स्टेट्स हैं जो कि इसके स्ट्रक्चर से हिट हैं। उनमें से एक हमारा उत्तराखंड स्टेट भी है। तो हमें इस गैप की भरपाई के लिए कुछ ऐसा सिस्टम लाना था जो कि हमें फाइनेंशियली सपोर्ट कर सके और हमारे पास जो भी रेवेन्यू कहीं भी किसी भी जगह पड़ा है हम उसका इस्तेमाल कर सकें। तो मैनुअल प्रोसीजर्स के बारे में अगर हम बात करें तो इससे पहले जो रिकॉर्ड्स थे वो सारे मैनुअल रजिस्टर्स में रखे जाते थे, और मैनुअल रजिस्टर्स बहुत क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ करीब 1 लाख से ज्यादा टैक्स पेयर्स की संख्या है, तो 1 लाख से ज्यादा टैक्स पेयर्स होने के कारण वो सारे मैनुअल रिकॉर्ड्स डिफरेंट ऑफिसेस में पड़े रहते थे। और with increase in new registration entries, the records were increasing day by day, and large number of employees were engaged into this. एक ऑफिस में 4 से 5 लोग इसमें इन्वॉल्व होते थे और ये एक बहुत बड़ी एक्सरसाइज होती थी। एंड आफ्टर 90 days अनपेड अरियर्स आर टू बी रूटेड टू डीएम्स। तो जो आरसी जो रिकवरी सर्टिफिकेट्स जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट को मूव होते थे और उसके बाद वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट के लेवल से उनकी रिकवरीज होती थी। डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट के लेवल में कई बार मैचिंग की एक इश्यूज आते थे कि हमने यहाँ से 100 आरसीज उनको पुश की थी, लेकिन वहां पे मैनुअल रिकॉर्ड सही तरीके से न चढ़ पाने के कारण 80 आरसीज ही वहां पे हैं। तो इस तरीके के इश्यूज भी होते थे। तो डिफिकल्ट टू ट्रैक द रिकॉर्ड्स ऑफ ऑल डिमांड्स क्रिएटेड स्टेट वाइज। तो हमने जो इसको कंसेप्चुलाइज किया वैट एरियर मॉड्यूल को, वो इसीलिए किया। और ये जो प्रॉब्लम्स थी कि हमें एक तो ये पता नहीं लगता था कि हमारे पास अभी कितना अरियर पेंडिंग है पूरे स्टेट का, एक जगह पे वो इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं आती थी। और दूसरा कि उसमें हमें किसी एक टैक्स पेयर्स की एक पैन नंबर से, एक मोबाइल नंबर से, एक ईमेल आईडी से कितने अरियर्स लिंक्ड हैं, इसका भी हमें पहले पता नहीं लगता था। तो इट वाज आल्सो थॉट टू गेट द बर्ड्स आई व्यू ऑफ डिमांड्स अगेंस्ट अ पर्टिकुलर डीलर linked with a single PAN in all over the state. Challenges faced. Manual record of failure was approx 50 years old. Even 1960 के भी कुछ एरियर पेंडिंग थे और 1960 से लेके अभी तक तो बहुत सारे जो मैनुअल रिकॉर्ड्स थे उनकी हालत बहुत अच्छी नहीं थी, उनको उन रिकॉर्ड को रीड कर पाना भी बहुत मुश्किल रहा था। Prioritization of non-recoverable demands on the basis of their potential. कई बार ऐसा देखने को मिला कि जो अरियर अमाउंट है वो बहुत ज्यादा है, लेकिन वो रिकवरेबल नहीं है क्योंकि वो फर्म यहाँ की नहीं है, वो टैक्स पेयर्स यहाँ के नहीं थे, वो किसी अदर स्टेट्स के थे, वो वाइंड अप करके वहां पे जा चुके हैं। और किसी दूसरे स्टेट्स में जाके टैक्स पेयर को सर्च करना या फिर डिमांड को कलेक्ट करना ये बड़ा मुश्किल टास्क था। तो इस मॉड्यूल के बाद हमें ये मिला कि हम उसको प्रायोरिटाइज कर पाए डिमांड्स को, कि ये जो हाई प्रायोरिटी डिमांड्स हैं जो कि टैक्स पेयर्स उत्तराखंड से बिलोंग करते हैं, जिनको हम जा सकें, जिनसे हम रिकवरी कर सकें। तो आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ डिमांड स्टेट बाय डिफरेंट कोड्स, एक ये भी इश्यूज हमारे नॉर्मली जो टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट है वो फेस करते हैं कि जो डिमांड्स है वो मल्टी लेवल्स पे ट्रिब्यूनल्स में, कोर्ट्स में, हाई कोर्ट्स में और सुप्रीम कोर्ट्स पे स्टेट रहती हैं। इसका भी हमारे पास कोई अभी तक एक डेटा नहीं था कि कितनी डिमांड्स किस लेवल से कितने टाइम पीरियड से किसी एक कोर्ट पे है। तो ये डेटा हमें मिला, इससे ये जो चैलेंजेस थे कि हम उनको फीड कर पाए। एंड आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ डीलर्स लिंक विद अ सिंगल पैन, जैसा मैंने आपको बताया। Before moving to this module, we had design and Excel utility, and we have all the data was fed into this, and this utility was provided to the laser keepers. Employees were trained and deployed round the clock to digitize the data. And उसके बाद जो इस मॉड्यूल से हमें एडवांटेजेस हुए, compilation of all demands at a single place and the prioritization of demand become easier. जो हम जैसा मैंने पहले बताया कि the priority of demand ये पहले बहुत difficult हुआ करती थी क्योंकि हमारे पास unstructured manual data था. And top 10 demands of each office's regions state can be seen on the dashboard, and demands which are greater than or lesser than to a certain amount that can be filtered out office wise, region wise. Identification of easily recoverable demand. After this module, we were capable to identify these demands which are easily recoverable. And percentage wise demand distribution was also possible. We get to know that which office or which region is having maximum percentage of demand. Scalability. The demand state by different appellate authority and courts can be taken further into VM. अभी हमारे पास ये system नहीं है. We are not capturing this information that at what stage the demand is pending. But we'll scale this module to capture this info also. And the data of recoverable arrear can be shared with district administration through API. As of now, we are sending manual RCs to a district magistrate and manually following up with them. But after this module, we'll share the data through API, and district administration will be able to work on it. And data can be linked with GST data on the basis of the PAN of a particular particular dealer. जैसे कि VAT के बाद GST आया, और GST आने के बाद बहुत सारे ऐसे टैक्स पेयर्स जो VAT में थे वो GST में चले गए, और उनके पास VAT की भी डिमांड पेंडिंग थी और अब वो GST में अपना वर्क कर रहे हैं. तो वी आर थिंकिंग टू लिंक द VAT एंड GST डेटा ऑफ सच टैक्स पेयर so that we can recover the demand from them. ये इसका एक स्क्रीनशॉट है. इसमें जैसे आप देख सकते हैं कि इसमें सभी जितने भी हमारे टैक्स पेयर्स हैं उनसे रिलेटेड इसमें इंफॉर्मेशन है डैशबोर्ड पे, और साथ ही इसमें क्वेरी बॉक्स है जिसमें कि हम क्वेरी के थ्रू कोई भी डिमांड, कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन इससे निकाल सकते हैं. इसके जो आउटकम है, ऑलमोस्ट 5000 करोड़ से ज्यादा डिमांड्स इसमें हमारे अभी कैप्चर हुई है, और अभी तक जो हमारी प्रायोरिटाइज हुई है, जो उसमें 165 करोड़ की जो डिमांड है जो प्रायोरिटाइज की है, और आउट ऑफ 165 हमने 72 करोड़ डिमांड अभी तक रिकवर कर रही है.
Sorry, come again with that last figure. Out of 5,000 crore recovery, how much you have recovered?
Out of 5,000 crore recoverable, we have identified the high priority demand 165 crore, and out of 165 crore, 72 crore is already deposited by the monitoring of this module.
Okay, very nice.
That's all from our side, ma'am. Thank you so much.
श्याम सुंदर जी, ये प्रोजेक्ट तो आपका बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन काफी स्लो है. अब आपके पास में डाटाबेस तो बन गया है, तो तब कब तक एंटिसिपेट करते हैं आपके ये सारे ड्यूज आपके क्लियर हो जाएंगे जो रिकवरेबल है?
सर, एक्चुअली जैसा अभी मैम ने बताया था, जीएसटी के इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के बाद से, क्योंकि कंपनसेशन वाला जो पीरियड है वो जून में अभी ओवर हुआ है, और अब हम लोग इस पे अग्रेसिवली वर्क कर रहे हैं. तो अभी हमें उम्मीद है कि नेक्स्ट ईयर तक हमारा जो टारगेट है कि जो रिकवरेबल एरिया है उसको हम 31 मार्च तक हम इसको जमा करा लेंगे.
चलिए ठीक है फिर.
जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच.
धन्यवाद.
चलिए, ट्रेजरी को भरने के लिए कोई इनिशिएटिव तो हुआ है?
जी,
we do have lot of money tied up in the banks, in the as area somewhere or other. I mean, lot of money is there, but they're not traceable. At least you have traced them and identified them. So recovery is a process which will take its own time. I hope you will get it fast.
Yes.
But 31st March may or may not be possible. I mean, it's probably too optimistic, but let's hope so.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So here the Department for Skills has one department, Chhattisgarh State Skill Development Authority, and another is the State Project Livelihood College Society. So we are applying for the award for skills, and the project is Mukhyamantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. So here the main work of the Chhattisgarh State Skill Development Authority is to provide the skill development training to the students of Chhattisgarh, and majorly who are the dropouts are the target and the youth. So the brief about the state in the skill development is that we have a Chhattisgarh Right of Youth to Skill Development Act 2013, by which this act is the first in the country and second in the world after the South Africa. So here what we are doing, that we are providing the skill development training to the youth aged between the 14 and 45 years. And this training is totally free of cost. We are not charging any amount to the students. So the basic feature here in the act is that we have to provide the skill development training facility to the student within 90 days of their application. The district collectors are mandated for monitoring and executing this act. So this is the main purpose of the State Skill Development Authority. And here in this state, we are implementing the three major schemes. One is the Mukhyamantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, that is the state government lead scheme. And second is the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, which is the central government scheme. The state component of this scheme is being run in the state. And the third is the World Bank is sponsored, and the central government is running this scheme. This skill acquisition, knowledge awareness, and for livelihood promotion, that is Sankalp. So here we have put the Mukhyamantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana for the award, and here you can see that we have trained more than 4.5 lakhs. There are the placement of more than 2 lakhs and 50,000. 55% is the placement. Currently, we are running under training is 2090 candidates are there, and 123 courses has been registered in the training center. As of now, we have total 717 courses available for the skill development training, and these courses are in the 38 sectors. So here we have included all the the ITIs and Krishi Vigyan Kendra and polytechnics, and the state government has its own dedicated skill development center known as livelihood colleges. 28 out of 28 districts, 27 districts are having the livelihood college. One is the new district, so we are in the budget has been allocated, but the construction has not been started for the livelihood college. So each livelihood college has 4 to 5 main courses, which is directly being run by the livelihood colleges, and other few courses, 2 or 3 courses are being run with the help of the private partners in PPP. So total 240 training centers we have currently. 168 out of that is the government centers. So basically for the reason for which we have applied the Mukhyamantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana for the award is that we are providing the 100% demand-based training. So main focus is in the skill development project. If you see in the whole country scenario, then we find that there is no any demand-based training. So we are just giving the training for which we have the setups, and for which we have the trainers, just like this happening in the country. So the main thing is that the employers are demanding different courses. So there is a skill gap. So what we have done, that we have started to contacting the employers one by one, and we have collected the the demand, actual demand of the employers. Here the one thing is to be noted that am I audible? My PC is showing something.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible. Okay. So the main thing is that we are contacting every the employers who are in the local aid and who are in the state, and we are less contacting the big organizations, because big organizations sometimes they have these selection criteria for the students. So there is the less opportunity available for the students who are basically the short-term skill trade. The ITI and the Polytechnic students are going in the big industry in a large way, but for if you talk about the short-term skill trend people, so they are not absorbing as much we think in the big industry, but that's why we started to contacting the local employers and the employers of the the shops, malls, and even the small manufacturing units, MSMEs. So we are now in the position that for this year we have collected the 25,000 manpower demand, is actual manpower demand by the the employers. So what we have met the provision that the no any training center can be allocated the training batch if they have not the employer's detail with them. So they have to submit the employer dependent when they are applying for the training. And the here one major thing is that we are not giving the total target of the year to the training center at once. But each time when they apply the batch, they have to produce the employer's demand letter along with the batch application. Then only the training target is given to the training center. For this, one thing is to be noted that the training, when they are applying for the training, the demand may be there at that time. But after the 3 months, probably there is a chance that the employment demand can be changed. So for this, we have made a provision that the demand survey, this demand survey has to be continued, and this is being done by our district officials. So continuous demand survey is being done by our state and with the help of our district official and other training centers. And second is the mobilization and counseling. We have found that the mobilization also become difficult for making the training batches. We have seen that the number of unemployment is there, but when we go to identify who are the actual the unemployment, there is the status quo option there. So we have one-to-one counseling. There is a provision of one-to-one counseling of each candidate who are interested in getting the training. So mobilization is being done by the district official training centers. We are also using the Gram Panchayat, where the Prerak, Sachiv, Gram Sahaks are involved there for mobilizing the candidates. After the mobilization, the candidates are brought to our livelihood colleges where we have recruited the trained counselors. This is the 1 to 3 numbers of counselors can be in the livelihood colleges, and each candidate is counseled one-to-one. We are not doing the group counseling because sometimes their interest may change during the group counseling. So one-to-one we are contacting the candidate to know their interest, and we also suggest them what courses can be chosen for their better career. And the main focus of the Mukhyamantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana now, which has shifted from 2017, that we are more focusing on the training quality. So we started in 2017, but we have made policy in the guideline there in 2019. So here the training for trainers, if they want to become a trainer in any training center, whether it is a private or government, and we have made the provision of 48 hours of soft skill training prior to the start of main domain. Here we have made this soft skill training prior to the main training because we have seen that lot of jobs or dropouts in the main training happen. So in the 48 hours, which comes around the 6 to 12 days. So here what happens, the behavioral behavioral things are taught to the students, their work management, time management, and their language and the communication skills are improved. So this becomes the important part when how they are adaptable to the industry. So this is made 48 hours of compulsion for the soft skill training during the main skill training. So, and we have made the provision of Aadhaar-based attendance for the both trainers and trainees. If the trainer is absent, the training center can declare the holiday. Without the trainer, the training cannot have. and who are securing, the students who are securing minimum 75%, only those are eligible for the final assessment of the skill training. And we have also made the compulsion of 7 days, minimum 7 days of on-job training between the end date of training and the assessment date. So this this is the minimum 7 days. The time can also be longer depending on the course. And we have also made the minimum 2 inspection by the district officials before the assessment. So if they are not doing the assessment, if they are not doing the inspection, so they cannot apply for the assessment. This is the compulsion for the district official. They have to make the inspections. And we have enabled, we have mandated the IP-enabled CCTV camera in the training centers, which is daily observed by the state office. And the courses are being in the NSPF aligned courses, so any MES courses are there. And we have fixed the training hours for 4 hours for the non-residential batches. The residential batches are about 6 to 8 hours. The assessment is being done by the third party. The attendance for the assessor is also compulsory at the assessment center. We have not allowed any date change or assessment time for the assessors. Here also the inspection is done by the district level authority, which is from the district collectors met for the inspection. We are providing the digital certificate to the trainees, and which is also downloadable for, they can download on the mobile phone. We are also providing the quarterly job fairs, which we are organizing in the livelihood colleges with the help of the Employment Exchange Department. And here the placement had to be done within 3 months of the certification date. And we have also made the compulsion for the 100% placement to the training center. If they are not doing so, there is a deduction in their payment. 60% payment are based on the placement. And suppose if out of the batch of 30, if they are claiming the placement for 15, only the 60% placement of the total training cost is only given for the 15 placements. So the problem which we have seen is the market demand and placement based training was not happening. So what we have started the demand based survey, and we are allocating the batch only when the demand letter from the employment is given with the training batch application. We have seen the dropout during the training, so we have made the
in another 2 minutes, just conclude.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. In another 2 minutes, just try to conclude the presentation.
Okay, thank you. So you can see that we have controlled the dropout after making the counseling, and we are providing the on-job training and the 48 hours of soft skill training that is making the candidates job ready for the employment. We have mandated the training of trainers, certified trainers, and that definitely making the training more in quality. So outcome, we can see that earlier in 2017, we are having the 30% total placement, which has been now increased to 55%. We have low dropouts, we have high retention of the youth in the job, and we are providing the quality training with certified trainers. So the major challenge we have facing till now is that the less organizations are participating. Before 2000, at the time of 2017, there are more than 2,000 training centers were there. But after this policy came, we have deregistered all the training centers, and currently we are around the 260. So, and also the trainers are very less in the quantity. And we have, the basic innovation we can see that one-to-one survey we have started, and the data of the employers we share to other, our district offices where they can use this data. and the training allotment is based on the employment demand letter. We have made a mobile app for the student to observe all the training activities. They can choose the courses, they can see their attendance, they can see the what job opportunities has been floated by their training center and what job opportunities are available in the Rozgar Mela or anything. And we also provided them a feedback form where they can directly give the feedback on their mobile without any interference from the training center. And we have already a dynamic website and all the operation from start of the training, start of the candidate registration up to the placement is totally, under the portal, and no any manual interfaces are there. So the future plan is that we are more interested in providing the training high-end AI, cybersecurity, 3D printing, medical equipment repairing, agro-based technology. And we are now going to adopt the recruit train deploy model where the candidate will be recruited first, then we will start the training, and then they will deploy in the employment. Degree diploma courses we are also planning to start. And in the livelihood colleges, we are going to start an entrepreneur development center, which will work as a district entrepreneur development center. And we are also in the planning of livelihood and skill university in the state. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Very good effort. Can you tell us in absolute numbers, how many students or training students have been trained so far and how many have been placed successfully?
Yeah, so this is the first slide. So total 4,67,735 students have been certified, and out of which 2,55,523 students are placed till now.
Okay. So are they still in, do you also track them whether they are, how they are doing well in the placed factories or establishments?
Yeah. We are making the payment only when they are tracked at least for 3 months.
Yes, because sometimes the recruitment is done and after some time they are given pink slips. So that is also there.
So earlier we were tracking for the 1 year and up to then next we changed it to the 6 month, and now it is 3 months. And this is the main reason for doing the less time, because that there is the job switch by the candidate. We cannot hold the candidate to remain in the same job. If they get the salary more, then they can definitely change. We have made the provision in the application that they can enter their actual placement and the company name where they are currently working.
Sure. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think a well done job. You have done quite well. I mean, retain placement of 55% is not a matter of joke. And if they retain for 3 months to 6 months, I think you have done your job.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
The state flagship scheme of Rajasthan. The reason behind to launch this scheme is basically three. First reason is this, that that during the pandemic situation, COVID-19, everyone is was getting affected. So the major categories which has got affected are the street vendors, unorganized service sectors employees, so and the youth which are unemployed basically. So this is the major reason behind this scheme to launch. And the second reason is that in Rajasthan, the few central scheme was going on. One of these scheme was which comes under National Urban Livelihood Mission. which is self-employment program, where the loaning, the financial inclusion is there to give loaning of rupees 2 lakh to the 3,000 beneficiaries, urban poor beneficiaries. So, but that scheme is limited to only 3,000 beneficiaries. And second was the scheme which was recently launched by the central government, which is the central flagship scheme known as Pradhan Mantri Street Vendor Atmanirbhar Nidhi, which is PM Sonidhi, which is the central flagship scheme of Pradhan Mantri ji. And in that scheme, the financial inclusion loaning of rupees 10,000 with a 7% rate, the subsidy, basically 7%. So in that scheme, 10,000 would be is the first loan. If the beneficiaries complete the 10,000 rupees loan, then second loan would be 20,000. And then if beneficiary complete the 20,000 loan repayment, then the third loan would be 50,000. So there are the three breakups in that scheme. So that scheme is also limited and started with 10,000 rupees only. So basically there are three in that scheme. Only 10,000 was the limited loaning. So by checking all these three steps, so our respected CM has announced a different innovative scheme with the name of Indira Gandhi Shehri Credit Card Yojana. In that scheme, the objective is to provide the benefit, the self-employment benefit and financial benefit to the needy person who's residing in the urban areas in view of the pandemic situation. Also, in this scheme, the target beneficiaries, they have started with 5 lakh beneficiaries with a loan amount of rupees 50,000, which mainly includes the categories like street vendors, which was majorly affected during COVID-19. Second category is what they have expanded. If we compare with other central schemes, which is the categories are unorganized service sector employees, which includes all the unorganized service sector employees like barber, like cobbler. So all the categories is getting benefited through this scheme. Then third category, what they have selected is the unemployed youth, which are registered under district employment center of urban areas, where they should not get unemployed allowances. So they also get benefited through this scheme. So, and also to give benefit through this scheme, all the bank categories has been covered, like public sector bank, private bank, cooperative banks, and other financial institutions as well. So this is in Rajasthan. We are talking about the major challenges. What we found that we need to circulate that scheme in all 213 ULBs and all banks. So for us, it was a very difficult, but it was a very challenging situation for us to cover all 213 ULBs and to take all the applications online through online portal. So it was a very difficult for us to give the IDs to all 213 ULBs and scrutiny and do the scrutinization at ULB levels. So we have achieved that. We have made that portal, which was a unique portal, which linked to the interest subsidy as well. So that portal we have made. A screening committee constituted at each and every ULB bodies, which is already made. Web portal of online application, which is already made, and this portal started on 16/9/2021 and launched by respected honorable CM on 2nd October 2021. So the major, if I'm talking about the major crux of that portal, that if someone want to apply online through this portal, that person should have Jan Aadhaar card, which is basically a different Rajasthan unique card. If the person is urban, if the person in that Jan Aadhaar card, the person need to give the complete family details along with the income disclosure. So that scheme is having that eligibility criteria, that if the person is having 15,000 rupees and monthly income, and if the family income is 15,000 individual income, and family income would be 50,000 per month. So that person can only take the benefit of this scheme. So through that Janadhar submission, that person, that portal, and we can get the information of all the family members, that all the family members income we can easily find out, and the data is also we can fetch through Janadhar card. So that is a different portfolio what we have, what our state has decided. So why don't we allow only those residents who's having that Janadhar card? So that is a basically a unique innovation from our Rajasthan, that we only allow only Janadhar card holders to get the benefit, to provide the benefit basically. And also as the loan amount is 50,000 and it's completely interest free. So this is the basically one of the unique and one of the single scheme in India which is giving an interest free loan to all the beneficiaries, like urban poor, with a repayment loan of amount rupees. If the person is taking the loan amount of rupees 25,000 up to 25,000, then the repayment would be 12 months along with the 3 months moratorium. So 3-month moratorium is there because if the person want to establish their business, because it's a business loan, if the person wants to establish their business, that person need to have certain period to establish their business, then only that person can give the EMI. So our state government has given the moratorium period of 3 months to that person, so that person can start their business, and after 3 months the EMI will start. So if the person is taking a loan up to 25,000, that 3 months would be the moratorium period and 12 months would be the repayment period. So it will be like 15 months the person is having a time for the repayments. And if the loan amount is about 25,000, then 3 months would be the moratorium and 18 months will be the repayment period. So it will be like 21 months for that person to repay the complete amount. And after the repayment, the state government, the bank is not, we have not allowed to bank to charge any interest to the beneficiary. So whenever there is a interest claiming is there, so bank is claiming to state that these all are the interest amount which is going to charge on the loan, on the respective loan amount. So that interest amount is giving by the state government on monthly basis. That scheme is the scheme is applicable and sanctioned by bank till 31st of March. That scheme is operational. If I'm talking about the progress so far, we have received 2,85,710 application right now. I'm talking about the live MIS report. So till date we have received 2.85 lakh applications, and we have forwarded among these applications we have forwarded 1.87 lakhs application to the bank in Rajasthan, and the total application disbursed by bank is 26,633, because the scheme is recently launched since October 2021, 2nd October 2021. The loan amount what we have given is 98.26 CR, which is the if you compare to any other scheme, any other central scheme, any other Mudra scheme, if we are talking about the Mudra scheme, like Mudra is also a central flagship scheme. Under Mudra there is a Shishu and other categories are there. So that scheme is compared to basically a Shishu category, which is the same on the same parameter of 50,000. So if we compare to any other schemes, then during that period, 10 to 11 months, the loan amount what we have given is out par. So, along with the subsidy what we have given from state is 2.77 CR within a month of 10 months, within a period of 10 months. So it's a if we have already analyzed that scheme with other central schemes, so that figure is the unique figure which is comparable. Then as I've told you that we have already made a certain portal which is very user friendly, and in that portal you can get each and every detail through its dashboard. So that portal is each and every 213 ULBs is having their own user IDs. So the level of scrutinization at ULB level is 2. So if any beneficiary is applying loan through their SSO ID, through that Janadar ID, so that application is been forwarded to the ULB, which is completely online basis. That ULB takes 15 to 20 days. We have limitized the limitation to the ULB to do the scrutiny. So within 15 to 20 days, ULBs are doing scrutiny of that beneficiary. They just go to the beneficiary place where the beneficiary is doing business. So they physically verify the beneficiary within 15 days of time, and then that ULB OIC verify online that application and transfer to the district magistrate on district magistrate user ID. So after that, after receiving that application online by district magistrate transfer that application to the respective bank branch where the beneficiary is having their own account. So that application is being transferred to the bank branch, and bank branch then do the scrutiny at their level, and they do all the exercise and disburse the application online. We have not given the authority to bank branch to do the sanctioning, because sometimes it happens banks sanction the application and keep on holding that application, and after that we just came to know that the application got cancelled or rejected. So we have given bank branches to provide only disbursement details on the portal. So whatever we are seeing on the dashboard, it is a completely disbursement detail, not on the sanction details. So at state level, where we are reporting to our senior authority, we just take out all the reports through this dashboard. So whenever bank after all the process, we get that analytics report on the portal, where you can get to see that how many applications are pending at ULB level, how many applications are pending at district magistrate level, how many are street vendors, how many are unemployed organized sectors. So everything is mentioned. Everything is mentioned on that analytic dashboard. You can find all the details as per the dashboard. And if we want to fetch the reports in Excel format, that we can also fetch the report on Excel, and we can also analyze that on what districts are doing good and what districts are lagging behind. So everything will get to know that through this portal, which is very user friendly. Then if we are talking about the innovation of this scheme, so first of all, as I told you, that this scheme is the only scheme which is giving interest-free loan of rupees 50,000 to urban poor, which is the financial inclusion. Then the portal what we have made, this is the only portal which is a single platform which link with the budget department of our Rajasthan government, and through that budget, if whenever bank start the claiming of interest amount, where where we have not allowed bank to charge any interest through to a beneficiary. So whenever there is a EMI submission, or whenever there is a moratorium interest submission, bank claiming to state, and within a I think 2 or 3 days, we transfer that amount, that interest amount, to the bank branch account. So that is a unique portal what we have developed. And also this is the only portal where we have, because as I told you, that Janadar is our unique Rajasthan resident identity. So our CM, our respected CM has announced that whoever wants to take any benefit in any government scheme, that person need to have Janadar card. with their family details and with their income disclosure. So if the person want to take any benefit in any government scheme like Indira Gandhi Shahri Card, that person need to first make that Janadhar card, then only that person can take benefit. So, and Janadhar card is linked with the Aadhaar as well. So through this innovation, we can get the details of all the beneficiaries online with their family members detail. So this is also innovation, and also the future aspect of the Rajasthan government is that they want to benefit after taking the details of all the family members along with the beneficiary detail. They want to give them a benefit of other state welfare schemes also, like they in future.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. I request you please conclude it now.
Yeah. So basically, this is the now I'm just taking you through the online process that I have already provided you, that what are the online processes there. So I think this is the unique scheme. If I'm concluding it, so this is the unique scheme developed by the state government, which is giving the benefit to the urban poor residing in Rajasthan. So, and after the getting the details of all the beneficiaries, will provide, state government will in future they're going to provide other state welfare benefits to the beneficiaries family members. Thank you.
Nitin ji, I think your scheme is good, but it is too early to evaluate any impact or any assess this scheme fully, because the scheme is only not even 1 year old. This is my observation.
Yeah, so it's that's what we are telling you, that it's only 10 months old scheme, and we have given that much benefit to the beneficiaries. So that is the unique, that is the basically the advantage of that scheme, that within a small time period we have achieved that much.
Okay, thank you.
Well, the concept is good, idea is fine, but even if it is 10 months, it's an online process. So your performance is not very promising so far, because only out of 2.85 lakh application, only 26,000 have been disbursed by the banks. So that number is not very promising. Maybe you have to wait for some more time to come up with good results. The numbers are not really good.
Yeah, ma'am, that is fine. But ma'am, the scheme
idea is good. The scheme idea is good. It's quite innovative. Everything is fine. But the performance is not really good.
Yeah, because ma'am, the scheme has been launched. Because all the central banks, all the banks are regulated by RBI. So even after the scheme launch, they cannot start the scheme approval without their central approvals. So after the launch of the scheme on 2nd October, all the central banks has given the scheme approval to banks in the month of January, ma'am. So we are talking about the
8 months, 7 months, even then 7 months. See, point is not that. Point is your basic work, background work takes time for you to formulate the scheme, for the Reserve Bank to give approval, for the individual banks to give approval. All this takes time. Once it has been taken, it's an in-principle approval. So case-to-case basis, the sanctioning should not, when it's an online system, lot of screening, you must have done a lot of screening, especially when you have got Aadhaar linkage and your Janadhar, linkage is there. Your screening should have been very quick, because it's an online system. So in that case, what is taking so long for out of 2.8 lakh applications to only sanction 26,000? It's very small.
Yeah, the scrutiny process is long. And ma'am, one more thing, if you compare to any other scheme financial, which is comes under financial inclusion, then you can find out what actually the outcome is there, because within a period of 8 to 9 months, the outcome, if you compare to any central scheme, any state flagship scheme, then we can find that what basically we are up to.
Yeah, that is true. But yours is basically a one-step approval. Once the in principle approval is taken, scrutiny should not take much time. I mean, anyway, this is a matter of perception. So I just told you my opinion.
Definitely, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the feedback. We'll definitely implement it. Thank you, ma'am.
Sharma sir.